12 Early Symptoms of Diabetes. Do not ignore these 12 early symptoms of diabetes. Diabetes is often called the silent killer. This is because the early symptoms of this disease are really easy, so that you'll all be aware of these most common signs. Remember that timely diagnosis can extend lives. 1. Frequent urination. These are the most common symptoms of diabetes. When you have this disease, your kidneys can't absorb all the excess sugar in your body. So it instead ends up in your urine, taking along with it fluids from other tissues. This makes you pee more, and leaves you feeling dehydrated. To quench the thirst, you drink more, which leads to even more frequent urination. And it's just a vicious cycle. How often is too much, of course. We're all different with our own activity levels and fluid intake, but the average healthy person urinates 6 to 7 times a day, or up to 10 times in some individuals. But if someone notices their trips to the bathroom becoming more frequent than their personal norm, and it's interfering with day-to-day life, it could be a red flag to see the doctor. 2. Excessive thirst. When you go to the bathroom more frequently, your body compensates by increasing your thirst, so you can replace the lost water. Now you may have thought that you were going to the bathroom all the time because you've been drinking so much water or soda or juice. But actually, it's the other way around. High blood sugar causes you to go to the bathroom a lot, which makes you thirsty. And if you drink sugary drinks like cola or sweet tea, it only makes things worse. 3. Increased hunger. Along with increased thirst and urination, constantly feeling hungry is the third most common sign of diabetes. If your body doesn't produce enough or any insulin, or if it's not responding to it in the normal way, it can convert food into the glucose your cells use for energy, and that causes increased hunger that doesn't go away even after eating. In fact, eating only makes the blood sugar even higher, which makes the whole situation worse if you keep eating. But your hunger persists, you should consult your physician, even if you seem to not have any other symptoms of diabetes. 4. Chronic fatigue. When you have diabetes, you feel weak and tired all the time for the same reason that you always feel hungry. Your cells aren't getting enough glucose to use for energy. Dehydration, caused by frequent urination, also contributes to this exhaustion, plus having to wake up throughout the night to use the bathroom doesn't exactly let you get healthy restorative sleep. As a result of all this, your body is just drained of energy. Chronic fatigue also makes you easily irritable. Because while who would feel chipper under these circumstances, fatigue can be a symptom of many other conditions, some not even medical: a carb-heavy diet, too much caffeine, aging. But when combined with the other symptoms of diabetes from this list, it could be a sign of diabetes. 5. Blurred vision. When blurred vision isn't due to some serious eye problem, it can be an early sign of diabetes. It happens because of the shifting of fluids, which makes the lens of your eye swell and change shape. This affects the eye's ability to focus, and things start to look blurry or fuzzy. These changes are usually reversible, and your sight should go back to normal once your blood sugar levels stabilize with treatment. However, if diabetes is left untreated, these changes can progress and lead to blindness. The scariest thing is that if worse comes to worst, there's no going back from it. That's a big price to pay for ignoring a health problem. You should consult your physician even if you seem to not have any other symptoms of diabetes. 6. Unexplained weight loss. Since it's unexplained, you can probably guess that this weight loss doesn't come with the help of diet and exercise. This symptoms of diabetes. Diabetes can easily drop 10 to 20 pounds in just 2 or 3 months, since the body can't use glucose as a source of energy. It starts burning fat and muscle for energy instead, which causes weight to melt off. Your kidneys can get damaged too, since they have to work harder to take out the excess sugar. The hydration also contributes to sudden weight loss, since your body uses all available fluids in a desperate attempt to produce urine. Unexpected weight loss is a common early sign of type 1 diabetes, but it can occur in people suffering from type 2 diabetes as well. 7. Itchy skin. As we mentioned earlier, excess sugar in the body ends up in the urine and takes fluids from your other tissues along with it. Among these other tissues is your skin, your body's largest organ, believe it or not. So skin that's been drained of fluids becomes dry and itchy. Is one symptoms of diabetes. What's really dangerous is that scratching those dry patches can break open the skin and lead to infection. If you have diabetes, you need to take special care to keep your skin moisturized and healthy. 8. Yeast infections. Diabetes weakens your immune system and makes you more prone to infections. Yeast and other fungi feed on glucose and thrive in an environment so rich in sugar. That's why yeast and fungal infections are a pretty common sign of diabetes and is one symptoms of diabetes. Women should be especially careful about vaginal yeast infections. They might appear due to reasons other than diabetes, but it's always better to make sure it was a trip to the doctor. 9. Slow healing. High blood sugar not only increases inflammation in cuts and sores, but also leads to poor circulation, making it hard for blood to reach and repair damaged areas of the skin. And remember, there can be a lot of those since the skin becomes its ear. This especially concerns feet, and it's not uncommon for patients with diabetes to develop foot sores that can lead to even more serious problems, sometimes even amputation. If you've noticed that your cuts and wounds take longer to heal than before, be sure to mention it to your physician, even if you seem to not have any other symptoms of diabetes. 10. Dark patches of skin. Acanthosis nigricans is a condition that presents itself in dark patches of skin with a velvety texture. These patches usually appear in areas where the skin creases or folds, like on the neck, in the armpits, in the groin, inside the elbows, behind the knees, and on the knuckles. While this skin problem can affect otherwise healthy people, it's a common sign of prediabetes or diabetes and should be checked out by your doctor even if you seem to not have any other symptoms of diabetes. 11. Numb or tingling hands or feet. Numbness, tingling, or pain in the hands, feet, fingers, or toes is another is one symptoms of diabetes. As we've already mentioned, high blood sugar leads to poor circulation, but what you might not know is that poor blood circulation can actually damage your nerves. The hands and feet are the first to suffer, since they're the farthest from the heart. As with many other symptoms on this list, keeping your blood sugar in check will help you tremendously, and your circulation should improve with treatment. Remember that diabetes is a chronic disease that can lead to many serious complications if left untreated. The earlier it's diagnosed, the easier it will be to manage, and the longer your life could be. 12. Dry mouth. When you urinate, your body uses a lot of fluids, so if you're urinating frequently, there is less moisture for other things. This can cause you to dehydrate, and you may have a dry mouth. If you notice any of these symptoms, especially several of them combined, make an appointment with your doctor as soon as possible. There are different tests used to find out if you do have diabetes, so doing just one of them isn't enough for correct diagnosis. But you should never brush off, postpone, ignore, or avoid going to the doctor if you notice a change in your health, whether it be the symptoms on this list or anything in general. You have to be ready to invest some money and time in your well-being, because it's the most precious thing you have after all. For important information, subscribe to our channel not to miss any of our updates. And remember, our motto is life is better on the bright side.
Breaking up, making a mess of